Welcome back, everybody. I'm Alex, and you are watching Average Alex on YouTube. Back with another great recipe for you today. Last week, if you can catch the video, I made something I had never made before. It was a bacon and beer cheddar spread. It was delicious. We're gonna flip it completely today, and I'm gonna make my absolute favorite recipe, taco soup. Now it's called taco soup, but it really feels like it's more of a taco chili. You can be the judge at the end of the video, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. I did already start with 2 pounds of ground beef. I've got that browning right now behind us, and while that's going on, we're gonna get some of the other ingredients ready to go, all right? So starts out with 2 cloves of garlic. Just gonna, get that down, mince it up a little bit. You get things chopped too well on this recipe, it will literally disappear in the soup. So you don't want to dice these up too small, or when you cook them, for as long as you're going to be cooking this soup, they really dissolve and you can't even see them anymore. So I try to leave them in bigger chunks, and works out a lot better throughout the process. So we've got 2 garlic cloves, 1 onion, and we are going to add both of these to the ground beef. All right, so now once you have your meat brown, you are going to want to add in your onion, all right? Give that a nice stir. You really want to get a good mixture. You're going to let that cook down for a while. And add in your garlic as well. You're also going to add a can of tomato sauce. And get that in there, and you're gonna want to mix that up. You don't want to mix that up right away, so you don't want to burn the bottom of your pot. Oh yeah, that's looking good already. So now we've got the ground beef, we've got the garlic, we have the onion, we just added the tomato sauce, and now we're gonna add some diced tomatoes with green chilies. Need about 3 cans of these. I was a little unsure when I first started cooking of using diced tomatoes. I don't know why. I didn't think I was gonna like the texture very much, but I really do enjoy diced tomatoes, and they have so many different kind of flavors now. So you're gonna put all 3 cans in there. And just, keep mixing it around there. Wow, that looks delicious. Good stuff. All right. This recipe also calls for some beef broth. We're gonna put in some now and a little bit later when we put it into the slow cooker. Really the best part about this is you wanna get it ready, you wanna kinda get it started, but then you're gonna put it in the slow cooker and it's gonna cook like all day, and your house is gonna smell fantastic, and everyone's gonna be wanting dinner to come as soon as possible. Such a great meal for the whole family. Next, we're gonna add a tablespoon of chili powder. Don't wanna go too overboard with it because that stuff really has some kick to it. I'm gonna do 1/4 of oregano. You want to do 3/4 of paprika. Paprika goes a long way, so you really want to make sure you're pretty accurate on your measurements for your paprika. And the last thing this recipe calls for, at least for this part of the recipe, is for some ranch dressing mix. You want to do about 1 1/2 tablespoons. That's about right. All right, so once you have all that in, just gonna want to stir it. Make sure you mix up all those spices really good. Oh yeah. And then, so this is what we're looking at right now. You can tell you got all that great ground beef in there, diced tomatoes, garlic, onion, oregano, paprika, cumin, it's all in there. And you just want to make sure you cook that all the way until you get it a nice boil going. All right, so the hard part's now over. We browned our ground beef, we cut our onion, we added all of our spices in there, our garlic, let it get to a boil. Now we're gonna put it in a slow cooker to cook the rest of the day. So I'll just add this in here real quick. Be careful. Perfect. And then once you get it in the slow cooker, you want to add the rest of your ingredients. So we're going to add the rest of the beef broth. There we go. And we're also going to add 2 cans of black beans, which I already drained and rinsed while I was waiting for my ground beef to go ahead and brown up and all that stuff to get to a boil. We're also going to add 2 cans of pinto beans, which I really enjoy. Not only in this recipe, but I also like pinto beans on my salad. I did not even really enjoy salad for a long time, but now that I'm eating it more often, I like to try different stuff on it. And the pinto beans on my salad, for whatever reason, is a big hit with me. So got that going, right? Okay. And finally, I'm gonna add 1 can of kidney beans. This isn't even actually on the recipe. I've added this a couple years ago when I was making this. I decided to put some in to see how it tasted, and I loved it, so I've used it ever since. And that's a great thing with recipes. You know, it's like a foundation. You can change it, you can add stuff, you can take stuff away, and kind of make it your own. So this is kind of one of the things I did to make it my own, was to add the kidney beans to it. So you want to give it a really good stir. And then the last thing we're going to add is some frozen corn. And I'm just going to add the whole bag. I think it's calls for a little less than the whole bag, but I enjoy corn, so I'm just going to put the whole bag in there. And you're going to give that one more stir. Make sure that it is good to go. And this is what it's going to look like. How unbelievable does that look? We will come back in a couple hours when this is all done and add some toppings. Welcome back, everybody. It is now time to get our toppings ready for our taco soup. So I'm gonna start out with some red onion. We're gonna dice that up pretty small. We're gonna put them in these really convenient bowls that you can get at my website. Go to Average Alex Tupperware on Facebook. Hit the shop now button and you will find a lot of these little serving containers, storage containers. They are convenient. You can do. We're gonna get some diced red onions going. Put those in there, right? Perfect. And then after that, or after the red onion, we're gonna do some green onion. So the key to cutting a good green onion is you want to get rid of all of that at the end there. I call them hairs. I don't know what they're really called. So you want to line them all up really good and then just make one nice cut to get rid of all of that. And then go to the other side of your green onion. Same concept. Find a good spot where you can make them all even, and then you can get rid of those. So now You've got some really nice, even green onion that you can cut up for your toppings. So I tend to cut mine relatively small, but it's just a personal preference. There's no correct answer with that. You just kind of use your hand to guide yourself through. Perfect. So once you get that, again, I'm going to use one of our serving bowls that you can get off of my website. They're really convenient. And you can serve them out of this, and then when you're done, you just put the lid on, put them in the refrigerator. It's easy cleanup. And I am all about easy cleanups. So after the onion there, go over a little bit of little Mexican cheese, Mexican style cheese. It's really good with this recipe. Again, I'm going to put it in there. So I'm going to set it all up next to the slow cooker so people can just come and get it. Makes it very convenient for them. And lastly, diced avocado. Not everyone's favorite, but it's really, really good. Complements this dish really well. Okay, so once you get that avocado cut in half, I already did half of it, but then you take the other half and you want to cut it sideways and then carefully cut it down. You don't want to get it to stick on that knife, and it will pretty easily. And then nice little squares. And then you have diced avocado. To go with your spread. We're gonna take our bowl, grab some of this amazing, man, that smells so good. I wish you guys could smell my house right now. Take some of that. I'm gonna add some of these red onions, some of these green onions, some of these cheese right here. Serving that with cornbread. So this is how it turned out. Look at how good that looks. So hearty. That's comfort food at its best right there. So I took that, have my toppings laid out there, and then there you go. Thanks for watching. See you next time.